Warriors.
Western Conference Finals. I'm gonna start today's show off though with oh my god, updating the polls. Have you ever seen BoJack Horseman? 50% of the audience said yes. That means that 50% of the audience said no, for those of you who aren't good at math out there. Have you ever seen Benchwarmers? 69% of the audience said yes. 69. That's a great number.
I was going to say, I'm okay with that just for the fact that that movie somehow ended up at 69.
So once again, Julio, you are wrong. You owe me an apology, and I want to hear it now on the podcast.
You can kiss my butt now.
Wow. Rude.
I don't know. How many people voted on each one?
It was about, let's see, 20 or 30. I have a screenshot of it. So 29 and 24. So around 25. Let's average that 25. Suck it.
I demand a recount.
Dude, just admit when you're wrong. Don't be Trump. Just admit when you're wrong.
No. God, no. All right. Anyways, welcome to this week's edition of the Town Tailgate. That man over there drinking his nice coffee mug. That is Chris Magical. I'm
it's
Julio
just
Reynoso.
water. It's just water. Something cool in it.
Yeah, same. This is a water pod tonight. Well, Chris, the Reds just continue to make some batshit crazy history. There is we'll talk about that in a moment. What is going on in Boston? A lot of turmoil going on in A's news. We have our first full week of Luis Barrera in the bigs as a consistent player and looks pretty solid. Tony Kemp made possibly the play of the season. And of course, the return of the king, the Rally Possum, is back in Oakland. And plus our main segment, we're joined by our good friend, Mr. John Fish. He is the host of Super Halo Bros and now host of Lockdown Angels. He's going to be in here talking about the Angel season as we're going to be playing the team here in Anaheim and this coming weekend.
It's like 3 weeks in a row, right?
Yeah, feels
because this week,
back-to-back
week,
weekends.
and then, but I think don't we? They come back. I could be wrong after that.
No, that's Rangers. The Rangers.
Oh, okay,
that weekend.
my bad.
That's right. Well, again, we talked about this a week or two ago. How
the Reds
weird this season's been for the A's.
The Reds
how
are so
hard it's
bad.
been to root for.
They're
Could
so bad.
Be worse.
Yeah, Julio, you said it best. It could be worse, and you said that to lighten the mood last week, but it could not be further from the truth this week.
The Cincinnati Reds became the sixth team in Major League Baseball history to not allow a hit and still lose the game. This is the first time since 2008 when the Angels no-hit the Dodgers and they still lost, which is really a bummer. Hunter Green, who is the top prospect in the farm for the Reds, a lot of hype amongst Reds fans that he got called up. He's going to be in the rotation to start the season. Pitched literally an actual no-hitter, and it didn't matter because they still lost. The run came from 3 walks to load the bases, and then a fielder's choice to short, I believe, or something like that. So. Good Lord.
So I have two major thoughts on this. So okay, one is a question to you. How do you? I mean, history will forever remember this as the no-hitter that lost, though, right? So it's like if you're this pitcher and you're not going to go around and be like, yeah, I have a no-hitter, because people are going to be like, yeah, but didn't you guys lose that game? You know what I mean? It's almost like when Barkley won the MVP, but then he lost in the NBA Finals. Like, it's not something he's necessarily proud of.
I mean, that it's like, imagine just going into a bar and that being your pickup line. You have the new hitter. Well, actually,
yeah, seriously, like that sucks. If I'm this pitcher, like, are you pissed off at your team because they couldn't get the offense going?
Yes, absolutely. Well, dude, Hunter Green, the guy was on the cover of Sports Illustrated in like 2017, 16 as a high schooler. He was getting so much hype.
Here's my counter argument to that. You gave up 3 walks in a row, dude. If you give up 3 walks in a row, you don't fucking deserve to have a no-hitter because you're putting yourself in just a no-win situation when like a very low probability situation that you end up getting this no-hitter. So the only reason why you didn't get the no-hitter was because of a fielder's choice. I mean, God, 3 walks in a row. Like, come on, dude.
He threw 118 pitches, which is a season high for baseball or MLB. I think the biggest thing is like.
Do you think my argument's a fair argument though? Like you gave up 3 walks in a row in a crucial inning.
Yeah, no, yeah, totally. And I think that just shows
the odds were against you right after those 3 walks. It's just like, okay, I think
he was just gassed.
You're probably going to give up a hit eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. And he just ran out of the gas to really do it. I just don't know. Like, if you're a Reds fan, where do you go? Like, where do you go from here? It's May. And like, look, I understand we can't throw stones or at glass houses. The A's have, I don't know how many times already. It feels like 10 times they've only scored 1 run in a game. And thank God the Warriors are playing. They're going to the Western Conference Finals because that's giving me a little optimism because right now they're bad. But again, it could be worse.
They have the Bengals though, dude. They don't give 2 flying fucks about the Reds this year. They're on such a high from not only just going to the Super Bowl, which they probably shouldn't have been there in the first place, but they almost fucking won it. Like they don't care about the Reds right now. Although I mean, you could argue Cincinnati's probably more of a baseball town. They're so close to Kentucky, which Kentucky, I mean, I guess Kentucky's probably a basketball state. That's probably wrong. But when you think of Kentucky, you think of like Louisville too, where like bats are made. Anyway, country baseball, I'm putting it together. But they got the Bengals. They don't give a shit. It's like the people like I was listening to a basketball podcast Bill Simmons podcast. I was listening to him talk about it after all the Aaron Rodgers stuff was going on, and he said he talked to a bunch of like Green Bay people and Wisconsin people that he's friends with. And they're like, "Hey, what do you think about Aaron Rodgers?" They're like, "I don't know, he's a quack, whatever." And they're like, what? You're not upset about it? You're not frustrated that he's doing this? And they're like, "Nah, man. Honestly, we're kind of like super high on the Bucks right now, so like the Packers aren't really like our number 1 priority." And I was like, "Whoa, interesting." I feel like that's got to be the vibe in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's like, well, the Reds. It just sucks because like the Reds are historically one of the most successful baseball franchises.
Yeah,
like period.
I mean, yeah,
and it kind of sucks because like I think a majority of our lives, the Reds have not been a good team. Whereas,
wow, yeah,
I think probably
when you think about a majority of like baseball history, they've been a good team too, which is crazy.
It's just a blip, and I think the one thing, I'm going to bring this a little more full circle in a second.
Yeah.
But of course, there's been so much animosity towards ownership because of, how they just had this fire sale, how the son, who's a team president, pretty much said like, "Oh, well, whatever statement was." And it pretty much is lining up to be a succession plan that the owner's 80, not trying to wish this onto anybody. But like, he probably doesn't have a long time left.
Yeah.
And his son doesn't sound like he's going to be the most, committed person either. So like, that's just such a bad look for sport. It kind of brings, the reason I brought that up is it made me think about, I'm sure you saw that interview last week with Jeannie Buss. She's the owner of the Lakers. Her dad, Dr. Jerry Buss, he's the main subject of Winning Time.
Piece, like Bill Plaschke wrote like a fucking essay.
And she's pretty much just said, she's like, "No, I'm never going to sell this team because, hey, this was my dad's thing. This is my destiny was to kind of really take this on." At what point do you just realize like this isn't it? Because I'm sure if any other business over years and years of holding a business, when you realize like, this isn't worth it, this is not working, like sell off. For like the teams like the Reds, and you can say the Lakers have been a little bit of a mess as well, but for the Reds, it's like, dude, it It can't get any lower.
The difference between the
Unless
Reds
you
and the Lakers are the Lakers are trying. The Reds aren't.
they aren't doing a good job of trying.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, this is the lowest point possible for this franchise right now.
Yeah.
Unless you DFA Joey Votto, and then that would be it. But like, it's crazy. It's really shitty. We hate to see this happen to any team.
I think this goes back to the shit that we bitch about on this podcast all the time. Like, at what point does the league do the competent owners in the league look at this and be like, wow, like these owners, the Reds owner, the A's owner, the Rays owner are really bringing this whole league down. Like, maybe we should really consider an ownership change. Like, when I was in a frat, because they say, like, you know, these ownership league, these leagues and their owners, it's like a fraternity, like they all take care of each other. When I was in a frat, like when someone fucked up, like we expelled him. Like, it was simple as that. Like, I don't mean to like be like to turn on like your friends, but like if they do something stupid, like you have to like kind of hold them accountable. And it's just like, this is not good for your league. If you want to benefit for the future and try to like save, you know, the legacy of this great game, like you have to do something. I don't know.
One day we'll have relegation. Probably won't. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, we'll hold owners accountable.
Yep. Alrighty, folks. Now it's time for the mediocre signing of the week. Mediocre signing of the week. Thank you. Robinson Cano signed to this Padres. Hey, Chris, did you know Robinson Cano was actually a free agent?
I thought he retired, so this, you know, whatever.
Yep, he was on the Mets. He played for like a week or two. He got DFA'd. He's going in now. He is playing with our buddy Bob Melvin.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty much. I think he's pretty much going to fill the spot until Tatis is coming back. It sounds like he's looking like the end of June, which is great because
play short though. Who's playing short for them right now?
Ha-Seong Kim. It was CJ Abrams. And then he got sent back down.
Too?
Good question, but you know who's really the real reason I wanted to bring this up?
Not important enough. You don't have to look it up.
Yeah. Are you aware of how good Manny Machado is doing this season?
No, but I'm not. Why would that surprise me?
He's like one of the leading contenders for MVP this year, and it's just so interesting because how many people just love to talk shit on,
wasn't he?
Yeah. And like people, or 2020 he was, sorry. People just love to talk a lot of shit on Manny Machado, which
he's kind of has a punchable face.
Yeah, like he doesn't have the greatest of reputation either. He has been known as being kind of like a diva. He was wearing
that on top of your face looking weird is what I meant by a punchable face.
Yes.
You don't just like have a punchable face. Like you don't just like look at someone, man, I want to punch him in the face. Like he does things that trigger you to make him want to punch his face. Like it's like, wow, like this guy's a fucking dickhead. On top of that, he looks like a bitch. So let me punch him in the face.
That being said, looks aside, I think it's time, you know, he's been getting, Jesus Christ. I can't even think of an actual segue to that. But I think I just wanted to highlight it. We were talking about the Padres. Yeah, you're going to get punched into the ocean by him when he sees you. You got 3 rounds. Could you take Manny Machado?
I don't know how big he is.
Let's see how.
Probably.
He is 6'3", 215.
6'3", 215. Yeah, I could probably take him.
All right, there you go. Well, if he doesn't win MVP, we'll go ahead and do that.
No, I like Manny Machado. This isn't cool. Anyway, no, that's great. That's great. But Robinson Cano, who gives a shit? I mean, what more is there to talk about Robinson Cano filling just a random roster spot on the Padres?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, Manny Machado. Chris, the Boston Celtics are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Some have projected them to even be the favorite. But I can tell you what, the Boston Red Sox are not looking good. So that's fantastic. The Red Sox are actually the owners of the second worst record in the American League. They have blown 9 saves. They are second to last in home runs. And if you kind of go look at the numbers, what's going on offensively, their supporting cast has been terrible. Xander Bogaerts, 346. Excellent. Rafael Devers, 322. Excellent. Like JD Martinez, 321. Excellent. Awesome. Their next hitter is Alex Verdugo hitting 205. And I was kind of going to jump on this pod and really say, oh, it's their pitching. The pitching actually isn't doing too bad, but a lot of these guys who, we were talking about how awesome Alex Verdugo was last year and how Kike was just this utility player extraordinaire. Everybody came back to life, or came back to earth, came back down to earth. There we go. And I think the biggest disappointment, and I'm sure you love to kind of jump on this for a second, Trevor Story.
I was about to say their big acquisition, like one of the biggest like free agents of the offseason, they landed Trevor Story. He's hitting 196 and has 1 home run and 15 RBIs. Like he's just a massive disappointment.
I know we weren't super high on them this year. Like even though last year they were just in the ALCS. So what gives, man? What the heck happened where this team who just overnight just kind of fell off the wagon from what they were last season? It's so weird.
Yeah, I mean, you're right too. Their pitching looks really good except for Pivetta. He's been pretty bad, but Michael Walker before he got hurt, 1.3 ERA. Like fuck. Evaldi, 3.55. Rich Hill, 2.89. Like, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm enjoying it. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
sure.
do you think they're going to turn it around?
No, I think the division's too tough. You got the Rays and you got the Blue Jays, and obviously you have the Yankees, who are the best team in baseball. So no, I mean, I think this could just be a result of their division. Just it's like every team is leaps and bounds better than them. Last year was like a bit of a fluke. The Blue Jays had young talent, weren't quite experienced enough to get there. Well, they're a little bit more experienced now, and they added some major pieces. They're a better team. Rays are the Rays. They're always going to be good because they always find a way. And the Yankees pitching has decided to show up this year as opposed to last year. So no, yeah, I think it's as simple as that.
Here's where things are going to start getting interesting. And it's that I believe Rafael Devers is going to be a free agent in the fall.
I mean, they didn't pay Mookie. I can't imagine they pay the Red Sox. I don't know what's going on with John Henry, but he's mismanaging his money.
Is there something going on with
because he's also Story, but then he didn't fucking re-sign Mookie? Like, it makes no sense.
It's who's it? What team is he? The Premier League team's he an owner of as well? Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool spends money like crazy.
How was his? Okay, so they spend a lot of. So I wonder if that's he's just like, hey, my real bread and butter is over there, but in reality, got this.
I don't know. Fenway Group is pretty profitable. Like that's the one that LeBron's a part of that one too, and like they have a lot of money. I don't know. It doesn't really add up to me.
Yeah, it's either way. We're enjoying it. I thought the Rays were going to be the one to kind of taper off a little bit, and they have, but not to the extent the Red Sox have. Yeah. And I think that's just something we definitely got to keep an eye out for next month because who knows? They're playing worse. We're acting like the world is falling apart for the A's and everything. The Red Sox are worse.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Wow. You pay like the Yankees on the front office, you're going to damn it, I don't remember the line. Anyways.
It says, if we try to beat the Yankees in here, we will lose to the Yankees out there. Real quick basketball thing, since you brought up the Celtics. Guess who the number one, actually, you might know this because you work for fucking FanDuel, but guess who the number one, what are the odds for, who has the best odds, not the best odds, who's the favorite to win the NBA championship next year based on betting odds?
Boston?
No. You'd be shocked to who it is.
Hmm.
And I think it's more of a sense of. Never mind. I'll tell you afterward.
All right, cool.
After you
So
get,
hold that thought.
I'll tell you after you guess. Yeah.